Are you just tired? Tired of being told to be happy all the time? You know, that constant pressure to just think positive and act like everything's perfect 24/7. Well, if that sounds familiar, you're definitely in the right place. Today we're diving into Mark Manson's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Think of it as a much-needed splash of cold water on our old culture of toxic positivity.
So let's just get right to it with a big question, one I'm guessing you've felt before. Why does trying so hard to be happy actually make you feel miserable, right? The more you chase it, the faster it seems to run away. And all that positive thinking stuff, it can just leave you feeling like you're failing. Well, Mark Manson says that figuring out this weird paradox, that's the key to, well, everything.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're gonna hit 5 big ideas. The happiness trap, something called your limited fuck budget, the difference between responsibility and fault, the freedom of average, and we'll wrap it all up with a little 5-year challenge for you.
Okay, first up, the happiness trap. And here's the thing, the problem isn't that you're not positive enough. The problem is positive thinking. I know it sounds backwards, but our culture's obsession with being happy all the time is exactly what's making us so miserable. It just sets this impossible bar and constantly reminds us of what we don't have.
And this leads to something Manson calls the feedback loop from hell. And oh man, does this sound familiar. You know how it goes. You start to feel anxious, and then you get anxious about the fact that you're anxious. Or you feel sad, and then you get angry at yourself for feeling sad. It's this crazy downward spiral where the real pain isn't the first feeling, but judging yourself for having.
This brings us to what he calls the backwards law, and it's summed up perfectly here. The desire for more positive experience is itself a negative experience. Think about that for a second. Constantly wanting to feel good just shines a big spotlight on the fact that you don't. But, and here's the twist, the acceptance of one's negative experience is itself a positive experience. Just letting yourself feel bad without judgment, that's the win. That's how you stop the spiral.
Okay, so if chasing happiness is the trap, how do you get out? Well, it starts with a really simple idea. You only have so much energy. Which brings us to probably the most famous idea from this book, your limited fuck budget.
The whole idea is simple, really. You just can't care about everything. You have a limited supply of fucks to give. Think of it like a budget. Your mental and emotional energy is not infinite. So the whole art of living a good life is about choosing where you're going to spend them.
So, where do your fucks go? Are you spending them on stuff that actually matters? You know, your family, your purpose, your core values, maybe a really good burrito? Or are you just throwing them away on stuff that doesn't matter at all, like that rude guy at the gas station, some TV show getting canceled, or coworker drama? This all leads to a really powerful shift in thinking. You need to choose your struggle. See, happiness isn't about avoiding problems. It's about finding problems you want to solve. A good life is built on good struggles. So the question isn't, what do you want? The real question is, what struggle are you willing to put up with to get it?
All right, our next idea is a total game changer, I promise. It's all about understanding the massive difference between fault and responsibility. They sound similar, but trust me, they are not the same thing. And getting this, it changes everything. Here's how it breaks down. Fault, that's all about the past. It's about who's to blame for something that already went down. It's over. But responsibility, that's happening right now. It's about the choice you're making this very second about how to deal with the situation. It doesn't matter whose fault it was.
Manson has this perfect analogy for it. Imagine you find a baby on your doorstep. Now, it is not your fault that baby is there. But what happens next? That is 100% your responsibility. Do you call the police? Do you ignore it? Do you bring it inside? The choice is yours. And let's be real, life drops unexpected babies on our doorsteps constantly.
And this is where you get your power back. Manson flips that old Spider-Man quote on its head. It's not, with great power comes great responsibility. It's, with great responsibility comes great power. When you accept responsibility for your problems, even the ones you didn't cause, that's when you can actually start to solve them. Blaming people just keeps you stuck. Responsibilities sets you free.
Okay, brace yourself for this next one, because we're about to talk about something that causes so much stress in our lives today. This constant nagging pressure to be special, to be extraordinary.
Here it is, plain and simple. You are not special. Yeah, that can feel like a punch to the gut, can it? I mean, we live in this world of social media where everyone seems exceptional. We're told from day one we're destined for greatness. But Manson says that whole belief system, it's a trap. But here's the kicker.
That is incredibly freeing. Seriously. The second you accept that you're pretty average, just like almost everyone else on the planet, this enormous weight just lifts off your shoulders. All that pressure to be some kind of superstar just disappears, and you can finally, breathe.
And this is where the good stuff happens. When you embrace being average, you can actually start to enjoy the small, simple things in life again. You're free to do what you want to do, not what you think will look good on your feed. And honestly, you can't start improving until you admit you aren't already perfect.
So, how do we actually use all this stuff in our real lives? Well, let's wrap this up with one simple but super powerful challenge. It's a question you can ask yourself every single day to figure out what truly matters.
Just ask yourself this. What are you stressing about today that won't matter in 5 years? Seriously, this question is your ultimate filter. Whenever you're spinning out, stuck in that feedback loop over something small, just stop and ask that. The answer tells you everything you need to know about where to spend your energy.
And that's really the heart of it. The subtle art isn't about not giving a fuck about anything. It's about being smart and deliberate about what you give a fuck about. So, if you want to get better at saving your fucks for the things that actually matter, you should subscribe to Lazy Reader. We're here to filter out the noise so you don't have to.